Yes, greetings everyone, and welcome to a special episode of When the Spoon Does History, because some subs of mine asked me to revisit this saga given the current shenanigans with Sweet Baby Inc. Now, I'm sure if you recall about 6 months ago or so, when Az went full silverback mode and blast Bethesda for cramming in the cringe fringe with the pronoun bollocks.
I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us!
Absolute Chad, and he was right on the money. Was a very interesting time again, saw the resurfacing of the skeptic community, and showed who amongst them had actual political acumen and a grasp on mission creep and power, and who were a bunch of limp-wristed leftists who knew absolutely jack shit about politics.
What are your pronouns? Skip. Because the game understands that when you've picked the male character, you have male pronouns.
I think the first thing we need to look at here is the setting of the game. Starfield is set in the year 2310, so it's definitely not far-fetched that people who go by they, them pronouns exist. You may disagree with it, but at the end of the day, this is a very small detail that remains consistent with the setting of the game's world and doesn't break immersion. This isn't like Elder Scrolls where the setting is medieval times. A they, them setting for that game wouldn't make any sense considering the world is built around a time period where the request for a preferred pronoun wasn't a thing.
Imagine the gallons of copium you would have to guzzle to believe the existence of this bollocks is based on a time setting and has nothing at all to do with the politics of the regime. Did we have the shitting games in the past when they were set in the future? No. Why do you think that is? Idiots.
Exactly. Starfield takes place in the future, so he has to think people expressing themselves in a way that is not traditional gender normed. He has to think that that is a phase and won't exist in the year 2030 something. That's insane.
In the future, gene therapy and genetic modification will have gone so far that not even the most conservative will be able to say that there are two genders. If you think that things are weird now, just wait until they actually figure out how DNA works.
First off, that doesn't even make any sense. Modification is not reconstruction of the whole. Two totally different things. And a buddy of mine pointed this out. If in the future you actually have some dystopian gene manipulation, you wouldn't need the pronoun bollocks because you'd be a biological man or woman. The pronoun shit would be made redundant by technology. I thought, oh yeah, that's a good point. Why the hell didn't I think of that? Or as Razorfist pointed out, if the whole point is to transition into a broad, play as a fucking broad. No, the existence of this crap is 100% pure regime propaganda. So we have Memology sharing this on the Twitter. Actman about 6 months ago. Gorilla-shaped man on the verge of crying because Starfield lets you pick pronouns at the start of the game and then it's never brought up again. Somebody please, this guy with a bear tranquilizer going to attack someone.
6 months later.
Actman, so I started looking into the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff and I cannot fathom why game studios would hire a narrative consultant group. Isn't that what lead writers are for? Why not just hire a better writing team and keep it in-house? LMAO. So they consult this firm to basically get a better social credit score with the hopes of getting more investors. I think I just swallowed my own vomit. Now, normally I would be a bit more tactful, but I'm gonna let fly with a feeling of vitriol and a lack of patience I imagine most of the audience feels at this point. What the hell do you think they were putting that crap in the game for, you wanker? You're in this sphere with hundreds of thousands of followers and just now all of a sudden you're like, whoa, and the penny drops? You've been on YouTube for far longer than I have, tremendous reach and resources. You're actually in the cultural sphere. I mainly do politics and even I knew about this. Like, who the hell do you think is buying this bollocks you're peddling, Junior? You're either the most ignorant man around or you're a piss-poor liar. Come on, who do you think is pushing this woke nonsense? The average consumer? When Excess Mods banned the pronoun removal mod, you didn't say jack shit. Actman, to be honest, I don't recall hearing about Sweet Baby Inc. when all that Starfield discourse was going down, so I've only heard of this company's existence in the last week or so. Yeah, because there's been no other companies or any nefarious tentacles pushing this bollocks the last decade or so, has there? Hey, the level of spinelessness from this kid is unreal. Do you have any integrity whatsoever? Well, not even that, just basic self-awareness. Enough to realize you look like you're packing jackass levels of disingenuous stupidity, or you're embarrassingly bad at lying. My offer to Az is still open if he changes his mind and wants to talk with me, public or private. You called him a gorilla-shaped man who should get shot with a bear tranquilizer. Geez, I wonder why the reception from Az isn't very warm. I can't quite figure that one out. With Az coming in, we had opportunity to speak. I lost interest when you were talking out of both sides of your mouth. But given the flip-flopping, lack of stones to apologize, or even say Nexus mod screwed the pooch, yeah, I'm siding with Az here. Evidence speaks for itself. One side saying you wanted to talk and we were trying to arrange a time, the other side making more videos shitting on me for views as you were just another content engagement farmer. I can't really speak about the latter. I made videos dunking on Ackman, and I'm making this one now. Except I'm consistent. No one is ever going to accuse me of 180 on any position. I'm far too well equipped to suffer that fate. You showed me who you were, someone not worth the time of day. Unless to dunk on him as, I will make the exception there, good sir. Ackman, look dude, I got the DMs that expose everything you said here as a lie. That sounds like a threat, by the way. I'm still willing to talk to you private or public and not go down that route, but if you continue spreading lies about me, then that's what I'm gonna do. Your call. Like I said, my DMs are open. Why would he talk to you after you've been such an asshole publicly and you just threatened to expose him? But you still want to reach out to him, do you? Your responses are wonkier than a Fallout 4 dialogue tree. Look at this as saying we never DM'd each other, all negotiations of a discussion was done through a mutual. Ackman, it was done through a mutual third party because you weren't willing to reach out to me directly. Again, geez, I wonder why. You seem like such an honest individual who shit-talked Az and then threatened to expose DMs during this conversation. Ackman, how are you publicly telling someone to talk to you in private, then also threaten to share private messages in the same message? Dude, how stupid and lacking in self-awareness are you? It's no wonder Az said you have nothing he needs to hear. Why didn't you do this 6 months ago? What, you think this pronoun rant was aimed at something totally out of the blue, was it? You absolute twat. All you had to do was swallow your pride and simply go, yeah, Az was right, I owe him an apology, after the memology post. But no, instead you decided to double down and threaten to expose DMs after telling someone to DM you. Some people, I swear to God. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.